Can it get any worse? Yes, is the unfortunate answer, because Tweedle Joe and Tweedle Kamalama Ding Dong are supposed to be in charge. So naturally, blame Trump for the decisions made by the man behind the curtain of the Biden administration. I remember as a kid, I thought about looking up to those in leadership positions, like the president and vice president. And now I'm just looking for a president and vice president because we sure as heck don't have either at this moment. Instead, we have this.
Mr. Secretary, does the president not know what's going on?
This is an incredibly emotional time for many of us.
But your top military advisors warned against withdrawing on this timeline. They wanted you to keep about 2,500 troops.
No, they didn't. It was split. That wasn't true. That wasn't true. I have seen no question of our credibility from our allies around the world.
There was a Newsmax segment alleging that the Afghan mess exposed, quote, Joe's cognitive issues. They don't even have enough respect for him to call him the president.
Because look, George.
Pakistan's leader praised the Taliban's takeover as having broken the shackles of slavery. And where the West recedes, Russia and China will step in.
This remains very much a disaster, and one of the contributing factors here is when you listen to the president, he is saying things that simply do not comport with the reality that we are seeing with our own eyes.
No, I don't think it could have been handled in a way that we're going to go back in hindsight and look, but the idea that somehow there's a way to have gotten out without chaos ensuing, I don't know how that happens. We have no indication that they haven't been able to get in Kabul through the airport. We've made an agreement with the Taliban thus far. They've allowed them to go through.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin told lawmakers Friday that Americans trying to leave Afghanistan have been harassed and even beaten by Taliban fighters.
But look, but no one's being killed right now.
And
if there are American forces, if there's American citizens left, we're going to stay till we get them all out. Look, I don't think it was a fair, look, it was a simple choice, George.
And there's going to be plenty of time to talk about regrets and pushed harder and all these other kinds, intel assessment, et cetera. Plenty of time to do ARs. Right now is not that time.
And don't worry, it's all under control. We have the president and vice president ready to do something about something. And we have the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, surrounded by the unmasked at a swanky Napa Valley fundraiser because she's so superior that nothing will get through to her, especially common sense. And we have the Senate Majority Leader, Chuck Schumer, being twinkle toes. I apologize now for what you are about to see. I really am sorry to show you this. Please do not let your children watch. Excuse me while I gouge out my eyeballs. And then we have CIA Director William Burns meeting in secret with Taliban leaders. So there is all of your something. Just don't ask what, because you may get a scolding.
Do you trust them now that you have to negotiate with them?
I don't trust anybody, including you. I love you. But, you know, there's not a lot of people I trust. Look, the Taliban has
That sums up the president. He trusts no one, and that includes you, because you are no one. He loves you. Not a lot of people he trusts. Long silence. He's just bitter because he had to return to the White House and appear to do his job. This is in fact how Joe is spending his time after being forced to return to the White House from his kick-ass vacation at Camp David and then in Delaware. Might as well get some virtue signaling in if you're going to be so rudely interrupted from vacation. He must have heard my comment in last week's video about being president and how you're not allowed to like golf, only basketball, because he knelt in front of the WNBA championship team like a real champ or chump. And he also let slip that maybe he will be gone sooner than later. Listen to what he says.
That's why we have a female vice president of the United States of America who's we're going to have some presidents pretty soon.
Oh, really? Either way, on the whole, what Tweedledum and Tweedledee are doing is dumb, dangerous, and deadly. But it's all fun and games for them. It's funny.
What's your response to reports of Americans? Hold on. Slow down, everybody. I want to talk about two things. First, Afghanistan.
The majority of Americans, forgive me, I'm just the messenger, no longer consider you to be competent, focused, or effective in the job.
I haven't seen that poll.
It's out there from CBS this morning.
Joe is laughing about his ratings because who cares? Dictators don't need the approval of anyone, and Joe may not even finish his term, as he apparently just let slip, much less run for re-election. Which brings us to today's question. What will happen to the Biden administration in the next, say, 60 days? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to share this video so the world can see how great everything is going around here. Also, in my last video, I read for you part of the transcript to Joe's interview with Georgie that was cut because, well, just check out the video and you'll see why. I've linked it in the description. Now let's get back to it. Biden's approval rating, according to Rasmussen, did drop to a new low of 44%, which is a drop from 53% just before the Afghanistan disaster. And USA Today has his approval at 41%, with just 26% approving of how he's handling Afghanistan. And then there's Harris. According to a Rasmussen poll from last week, only 43% of likely voters believe she is qualified to be president, and a full 55% say not or not at all qualified. Ouch. Of course, my question is, who the heck are these people making up the 43% who believe she is qualified? Yes, of course, the sycophants and the college kids. The thing is, they can't name a damn thing she's done.
I do love having a woman, person of color, Democratic leader in that position, and I think she's a great representation. I feel like definitely it's amazing to have a woman vice president, and we're making great headway with that, and she's a definite girl boss.
I really do agree with a lot of the policies she's been putting out, and I think she's a great vice president.
What policies specifically do you agree with?
I don't really know. Can you tell me some? Maybe I don't know what her policies are. Maybe you can just cut that part out.
Can you name any specific accomplishments that you're super proud of?
Besides her being the first on so many different forums, that would be my first thing. Off the top of my head, I can't think of many of them.
Busted. But as they've been told, it doesn't matter what Biden and Harris do or do not do. It just matters that it's all Donald Trump's fault. Newsweek says, stop blaming Biden for Afghanistan. He's cleaning up Trump's mess. And so the article begins. The images coming out of Afghanistan have been disturbing. But let's be clear. The Trump administration led us straight into this mess. And President Biden is doing everything he can to get us out of it. Oh. Can someone tell me who is paying this guy, Scott Dworkin, to write this shit? Love Trump, hate Trump. That statement is garbage. Biden did not need to just up and run, leaving behind thousands of Americans who may never come home, unless in body bags. People say we should have stayed. People say we should have gone long ago. We, sentient beings, can all see that it's not that we left, it's how we left.
We have taken steps over the past few months to retrograde materials, to bring materials home, to make them not available to the Taliban.
Who wants to tell her? Billions of dollars worth of equipment for the Taliban was left to use against us and the Afghan citizens. And they are using some of that equipment to mock us. For those who don't know history, the photo on the right is the raising of the American flag at the Battle of Iwo Jima during World War II. On the left is the Taliban raising its flag in Afghanistan a few days ago while wearing full military gear. It was like Christmas for them, but that's a holiday celebration that will get you killed. On that note, don't forget that lives of millions were left at the hands of the Taliban, especially women and children. So where's Kamala to voice concern over women's rights?
Where in the world is Kamalama Ding Dong?
It's poetry in motion because Kamalama Ding Dong's little laugh off on the tarmac was because she was off to Southeast Asia, to Singapore, to say that they don't have to choose between China and the U.S. I must be clear, our engagement in Southeast Asia and Indo-Pacific is not against any one country, nor is it designed to make anyone choose between countries. And then she went to Vietnam after a bit of a hiccup delay for some mystery health incident. The real mystery is, did she go to Saigon while she was in Vietnam? No? This is not Saigon 1975? Could have fooled me. But fear not, friends, she'll be back in a hot second. Because she has some campaigning to do with Governor Gavin Newsom himself for the recall election in California. Biden's schedule still being determined simply means they are figuring out how to adjust his nap schedule to Pacific time. I'm guessing Harris wants Newsom to lose, and that's why she's going to campaign in California, which makes sense since he's not Willie Brown. As the days continue to pass, we will sit here and continue wondering what country we are even in anymore and if the insanity will ever end. But when we are not doing that, make sure to love your family, keep speaking truth, and remember there is good in this world when you look around you and not at the news. And one more thing, make sure to share this video so everyone can keep up on the travel plans of those who are supposed to be in charge. Until next time, stay healthy, America.